So, repeat or revenge? So, sa pagsisimula nga po ng PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals between Ginebra and TNT na mag-start sa March 14 ay marami ang arguments na naglalabasan. So, if you're a TNT fans, of course you want a repeat. But if you are a Ginebra fan, of course you want a revenge. So, sino nga ba ang lamang sa Ginebra at ang TNT? So, balikan lang po natin yung kakatapos lang na semifinals sa pagitan po ng TNT at ang Rain or Shine. Ito po yung naging score from game 1 to game number 5. So yan, mapapansin nyo po na mababa yung average scoring ng both teams. So at yung TNT may average lead lamang na 4.75 points per game. Defense po kasi yung sinandala ng TNT to advance to the finals. They just limited Rain or Shine to just 91.6 points per game. And yung TNT naman ay may average points na 93.4 points per game. So sa pagitan naman po ng Ginebra at saka ng Northport, ito po yung naging score from game 1 to game number 5. Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo naman, ang sinandala naman ng Ginebra to advance to the finals ay ang kanilang offense. So, yung Ginebra may average lead nga po na 22.25 points per game at mataas po yan sa isang semifinal round. And they just limited Northport to just 101.2 points per game and Ginebra averaging 118 points per game. So, actually, hindi po naman pangit ang naging performance ng Northport. So, even si Kadim Jack, yung import ng Northport, more than 30 points po yung average niya sa buong series ng Ginebra at saka ng Northport. Mas maganda lang kasi talaga yung naging offensive prowess at saka ng execution ng Ginebra. Kumbaga distributed yung offense. Iba-iba yung nag-step up, kaya iba-iba rin yung naging best player of the game. So, pumutok din yung 3-point shooting ng Ginebra and kaya obviously yung assist nila is mataas din. So, 3 points conversion and assist pa naman ang main arsenal ng Ginebra, and since nakuha nila yan, so hindi malabong yan ang naging rason kung bakit malaki ang naging tambak ng Ginebra every time mananalo sila against sa Northport sa semifinals. So I will also give the credit sa naging defense nga po ni Stephen Holt kay Arvin Tolentino. So malaking factor po kasi yon, kasi si Arvin Tolentino is Northport's main man. So averaging 23.2 points per game, and mabawasan mo lang yung performance ni Arvin Tolentino ng konti, it could be a big difference. So, just like nung game number 4, so nag-best player po si Arvin Tolentino. So, he scored 20 points, grabbed 9 rebounds, dish of 11 assists, and each 1 rebound shy for a triple-double. And yung game 4 na yan, sabay-sabay din na maganda yung laro ni na Kadim Jack, Joshua Monson, ni na Will Navarro, ni Arvin Tolentino nga, at ni Paulo Taha. So, kung pagbabasihan po natin yung face of story ng Ginebra at ang TNT, it's an offense versus the defense. So, marami nagsasabi na offense is the best defense. Ang sabi din naman ng iba, if you have a better offense, nobody can put a defense on you. And parehas namang tama. Last conference po kasi is nakita natin yung sobrang denominate ng TNT ang Ginebra sa final. So we understand na deflated po ang lineup ng Ginebra at tinake advantage po yan ng token text. So sobrang napagod kasi si Justin Brownlee kakadepensa kay Rondae Hollis Jefferson na naglalaro nga siya ng 48 minutes, kaya nagsuffer ang scoring ni Justin Brownlee. And since wala nga makatapat si RHJ, so tanging si Justin Brownlee lang talaga ang pwedeng dumepensa. Matatandaan po natin na Ginebra also assigned up si Jody Barnes, pero namayagpag pa rin si Rondae Hollis Jefferson. So since kulang nga ang players ng Ginebra, tapos sinacrifice pa ni Justin Brownlee yung kanyang offense to put a defense on RHJ, walang pinuntahan ang offense ng Ginebra, kaya sila natalo sa series. So, but right now, it's a different story. So, TNT lost the finals MVP last conference na si the Blur Jason Castro, who suffered from injury, and he is already out of the season. So on the other hand, Ginebra returned back Jamie Malonzo and Jeremiah Gray from injury then and acquired Troy Rosario from free agency market. That improves Ginebra's lineup compared dun sa last conference. So though TNT still holding on with their solid lineup kasi mas aggressive pa si RHJ ngayon, MVP mode din si Calvin Oftana, nandyan pa din naman yung support ni na Reynam Batak, RR Pugoy, Poy Eram, Glenn Cubuntin, Kelly Williams, and even Nicky Maurin. So pero malaki ang nawala sa TNT. So Castro averaging 10.5 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.2 steals. Pero hindi yun yung mamimiss ng TNT in this finals, kundi yung clutch basket ni Castro at yung leadership ni Jason Castro. Pero sabi nga ng TNT, nobody can fill up the shoes left by Jason Castro, but they need to step up, especially Reynam Batak, who will be their primary point guard ng TNT. So, sa side naman ng Ginebra, kung mapapansin nyo, naging distributed yung scoring. Those past import laden conferences, sabi nga nila, asa lang daw ang Ginebra kay Justin Brownlee. Kaya kapag Philippine Cup, hindi nakakapasok ang Ginebra sa finals. So, bumaba ang average ni Justin Brownlee unlike before na nagpo 40 to 50 points siya. Huwag niyo pong isipin na mahina na si Justin Brownlee. So, he can still score 40 or 50 points if he want to. But management decision na undian lang ang performance ni ang production ni Justin Brownlee in terms of scoring para anytime na may depensa kay Justin Brownlee, locals can contribute. And simula pa lang ng conference is naka-mindset na yan sa Ginebra na hindi lang si Justin Brownlee ang magko-contribute sa scoring. And good thing nagawa nila makapasok sa finals na hindi lang si JB ang umi-score. So kung napanood nyo po yung interview ni Jeremy Lin about sa PBA imports, sabi niya he is surprised na bakit kasi yung mga import ng PBA may score at uma-average ng 40 to 50 points. Ng 30, 40, 50 points, parang ganun. So parang import na lang kasi ang nagdadala. And yun din ang sinabi ni coach yung coach ng New Zealand na if you want to stop Gilas, you need to stop JB. So kaya naging wake up call din yan sa coaching staff ng Ginebra. Kaya to beat the TNT, Ginebra should be unpredictable. So in other words, dapat kalat at kung saan ang gagaling yung scoring ng Ginebra. So tanong ng marami, ano ang magiging advantage ng bawat koponan? So sa Ginebra, ang magiging advantage talaga nila ay yung opensa. Kasi nga nadagdagan sila ng offensive player in Jamie Malonzo kasi naging steady yung 3-point shooting ni Jamie Malonzo at yun yung nawala sa Ginebra last finals. And kapag less than 10 ang 3-point conversion ng Ginebra, mostly talo ang Ginebra. Kapag more than 10 naman yung 3-point shooting ng Ginebra, mostly laging panalo ang Ginebra. Isa pa yung inside scoring ni Troy Rosario. And let me remind you, isa si Troy Rosario sa best offensive rebounder ng liga. And lastly, RJ Abarrientos. Kasi nga wala si Jason Castro, RJ Abarrientos can dominate. Even he's just like a rookie, pero yung skill set niya kakaiba, kaya nga siya tinawag na generational point guard. Decision wise, the way he pass, the way he creates something for his teammate is actually a different thing. Kaya nga sobrang special ng skill set ni RJ Abarrientos. Yung the way he run the offense, something like that. So, and of course, he can shoot 3 points consistently. Sa TNT naman, magiging advantage nila is their defense, of course. And as well as RHJ's aggressiveness and of course, the BPC strong contender in Calvin Oftana. So napaka-exciting po ng magiging finals and sure ako madami ang manonood. So ano bang pwedeng mangyari? So it could be a repeat for RHJ and the rest of the TNT or tuluyan na nga nilang pagpapahingahin itong si Justin Brownlee or revenge for Justin Brownlee and Ginebra at ipapakita ni Justin Brownlee na na siya yung karapat dapat talaga na hirangin greatest of all time among the imports. So let's find out at yun ang aabangan natin. So ito po ang inyong pambansang Batang Kalye ng Pilipinas. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Peace.